Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Nana, episode 23. Alright.
My
Yeah.
God.
Takumi is here. We got ourselves a spicy band-to-band potential,
drum roll, please.
Drama
this is...
deal.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Like, the spice levels just shot through the roof. I am so excited to see how this turns out. I can't wait for the... And then everybody comes around Nana and is like, hey, you don't need him. He's a piece of shit, you know. But right now, we're in the thick of it.
Yeah, well, we're in the beginning of it.
Yes.
If you want to go that way. Like,
Sure.
Yeah. So, y'all, without further ado, let's just walk right into it. No words. Yeah.
Because you could tell that she was there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's get this new OP.
Yeah. Boys.
Lads.
もう帰ろうよ。僕タクシー代出すからさ。
After all, I made so much money tonight.
女んとこ行けよ。そんな気分になれないよ。ムカつくよね、タクミ。ハチは僕らのペットなのに横取りして。犬呼ばわりすんな。でもなんか悔しいじゃん。取り返してよ、ノブさん。
What?
ハチのこと好きなんでしょ？
Oh boy.
ハチはあいつを好きなんだから。
でもそれはファンとしてでしょ？
そりゃもともとはそうでも実際会えるようになって本気で惚れちまったんだよ。でなきゃ匠の誘いに乗ったりするわけねえだろ。
でも会って次の日だよ。本気になるかな。つい出来心でやっちゃっただけだと思うけど。
Now,
何言い出すんだよお前まで。ハチはそんな女じゃねえぞ。
Yeah, that's total... Yeah,
uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They're doing the whole...
I mean, they're young, stupid teenagers, but...
めちゃめちゃ素直だし。
そりゃ分かってるけどさ、ノブさんレイラに対しても幻滅してたみたいだけど、ちょっと女という生き物に幻想を抱まさか女には性欲がないとでも思ってる？
俺はハチに限っての話をしてんの。お前に貢いでるケツの軽い女と一緒にすんな。
Bro.
ケツが軽いなんて思ってないよ。浅はかだなとは思うけど。
Ah.
Sure.
寂しいんだよ。ハチだって彼氏と別れて寂しかったんじゃないの？
Damn. Shin with the actual wisdom here. Like,
Yep.
damn.
Right. Right. That's what
Also-
we need to be worried about.
Damn.
Okay. That was almost like...
I don't like calling Shin mature for a number of reasons. Oh. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. In some ways, she treats you kind of like a pet. Like a little baby boy,
But-
you know?
But by him saying that,
Yeah.
that means Nana's after his heart.
No. No, he's saying she's the one that doesn't.
No,
She's
sorry,
not like
Nana,
any of
oh.
those. Nana called and was like,
Yeah.
Hey, we need to talk.
Okay.
It's late. Oh, she didn't go to see Ren. She went to see
My
Natsu.
heart!
Yeah, she's got her makeup off and everything. Yeah, he's scared. He's like, what happened? I'm tired.
Yeah.
Au café au lait? Sorry, un cafe au lait.
なんか頼めよ。金ねえんならおごるから。腹減ってないか。
つうか実はマジ金なくて困っちゃって。
Oh.
いくらいるんだ。あまり手持ちねえけど。
あ、いやそうじゃなくて財布は
Oh, yeah. I'm not broke. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
から財布持ってないことに気づいてつい助けを。笑うな。
なんだよ。
Is that the lie you're going with? You don't want to talk about? You just want someone to be nearby?
思い詰めた声で助けてなんて言うから。
Yeah.
But
Come on,
still
be
tell him,
honest.
still tell him what's going on.
ごめんって。
No, be honest.
Mm-hmm.
大したことじゃなくてほっとした。
Nana.
Come on. She's gonna tell him.
Yeah, yeah. She's just working up the courage.
やるぞ。いちごの。
Huh?
しかしお前、こんな時間に、こんな家の近所で、なんで一人でお茶なんか。
There we go. Come on.
なんか、
Damn it.
Come
ナ
on.
ナちゃんと喧嘩でもしたか。
Not exactly.
No, 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 no.
But it is about Nana.
匠がうちに来てるんだ。
Oh, good. Here we go.
邪魔しちゃ悪いと思ってさ。
There it is. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
Let's sit in this.
oh, okay, now we're back here. All right.
こういうの見ても全然自分って感じがしないんだよね。
Oh,
俺ってこんな顔？
that's interesting.
お前終わるとすぐ寝ちゃうね。この間もコロッと寝てたし。
Well, it's also really late.
ナナちゃんこの間は控えめだったのに、今日はすごいねって言ったの。誰に仕込まれたの？
別に誰も
なんか焼けちゃうな。
焼かれるようなことは何一つ。
彼氏いないの？
聞くかな普通この状況で。
That tells you a lot about him.
モテるから彼女いっぱいいるんでしょ。
いや全然ダメ。もう全滅。
嘘。いくら私がバカでもその手には乗らないもん。だってモテないわけないもん。
Oh, I'm popular.
寂しい人生よ。
そんなわけないもん。
つうか俺
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, he does. He's
Yeah.
admitting that he gets with him,
Uh-huh.
but yeah. None of them ever last
Okay.
long. Yeah.
Oh, but this is also the perfect way to string her along. So you'll be different, right?
He's the only one who's ever
Yeah.
understood that.
Even if I neglect you and everything. Wasn't there someone else who said that about you? Never gonna give you up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alrighty.
I mean,
いきなり玄関先でイチャイチャ。ハチ子は涙ボロボロ。
なんだよそれ。いつの間にそんなことに。
知らない。
知らねえことはねえだろうお前。
知らないもんは知らないんだよ。別にいいじゃん。ハチ公が誰と付き合おうが自由だし。
いや、でも匠は賛成しかねるぞ俺は。昔っからあいつの女癖の悪さときて。
there it is. Yep.
れた男に抱かれるのが女の幸せなんだ。それで傷ついても悔いはない。
そり
It's a
ゃ、
very
お前はそうかもしれんけど。
particular way to approach it.
匠のやつだって一途になるかもしれねえよな。レンが私にメロメロになったように。
まあ、万が一。
Yeah, but
かく、私はハチの味方だし、ハチに彼氏ができるといいなって思ってたし。
Oh.
しかも相手はハチの憧れの匠だし、応援してあげたいんだよ、友達だし。
But I don't know what to do about
yeah,
his
yeah,
feelings.
but
よりによって、なんで匠
Yep.
を
Yep. Yep.
お前言ってることがめちゃくちゃだぞ。だいたい最初にナナちゃんに匠合わせたのはお前だろ。
分かってるよ。でもまさかこんなことになるなんて思わねえじゃん。
Go into it. Come on.
お前は
Let
匠
it
の
all out.
悪さなんか知らなかったんだしな。
だから
Ah.
私は匠の底なんかどうでもいいんだって。
じゃあ、
Yeah. It's the band. Come on.
なんで私の大事な
Here it is. Yep.
full circle for the conversation between Shin and Nobuo.
Yep, exactly. Party's over, I'll be waiting at home.
ごめんね、ヤス。私、ちょっとあんたに甘えすぎだね。
A little.
それも分かってんだけど。
分かってんなら早く親離れしてほしいよ。
Huh?
時間に呼び出されてるうちは彼女を作れねえ。
あんたがレイラとよりを戻すまでには大人になるよう頑張るよ。
なんで俺が
Why? Yeah, why do I?
Yeah, I don't want to.
私の大事なもんはトラネスの連中に奪われる運命らしいからさ。
それなら俺だってそうよ。
Mm-hmm.
付き合った女は
Yep. And then Ren was taken by
Yeah.
Trapnest. Yep.
親友は引き抜かれ
Yep.
たし
Mm-hmm.
しかもうちのボーカルトラネスのギタリス
Yep.
トの女だしさ。
Yep.
そうだよな。
Yep.
Uh-huh.
私が宿敵のギタリストにこんな朝っぱらからウキウキ。
ウキウキしてたんだ。そりゃよかったな。
That's good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go see him. Yeah. Not everything has to be an anime rivalry.
魔王の仕業ってやつか。
Oh! Oh no!
トラネス自体が大魔王軍団じゃん。
No!
レンが上京する
There
前
you go. Nice way to stop her spiraling.
思い出したよ。
Oh, sure, with all the this is my origin story, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ah.
Maybe throw
That
a
would be
Kabedon in
smooth.
there too.
But, yeah. Yeah, it would have worked.
Yeah.
But I can't do that.
Right. Uh-huh.
Damn! Oh!
Ah!
Oh!
Yep, she still remembers the
Sweet.
exact words,
Actually said,
even though it
yeah.
was a while ago.
東京にも海はあるんだよね。忘れてた。
いい眺めだろう。一緒に住む？
Sure.
考えとくよ。
Whoa.
And he just said that as like just a casual thing. Like he meant it, but oh shit. Wait, is this actually
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
But she didn't come over that day. 8:43, she's not back, yeah.
He has to re-sign those those things for the sponsor.
Yep. Huh.
Oh.
Ah! Ah!
ただいま。行ってみたりして。
ごめんごめん、ノブか。ナナかと思っちゃった。
ナナいないの？
Oh boy. Oh boy.
ごめんね。とにかく上がって。今ナナにメール打ってたんだけど、いっそ電話してみようか。
あ、いや。ナナに用事じゃなくて、
Oh!
ナナちゃん話が。
Oh no.
いい。 酒飲む
To lend me courage. Yeah.
どうしたの？
That was just her being hospitable, dude.
Yeah.
何かあった？
Oh, that
Yeah,
shimmer
yeah.
in her eye. She can tell what's coming.
can't
She's like,
look at
oh no, oh no.
何が？
Oh no. Okay, no, she didn't.
何それ？
大体勝てるもんが一個もないのに無理だ。太刀打ちできねえよ。
何の話？相談に乗るよ。
She cares.
絶対いつか超えてやる。
No, don't make it an anime rivalry.
匠。
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
やす俺直樹携帯の留守録にも入れたけどオフの間に会いたいから時間作ってよレイラも誘うしじゃまたね
It's 5 a.m. and he's already going back to work.
タイヤミュージックの川野と申します。
Yeah.
Oh.
Definitely. Oh.
送っていただいたデモテープとライブビデオ拝見しました。
Might end up
Holy
getting a
shit.
deal with the production company.
Wait. Wow.
Cool.
Oh my god. So, okay.
Yeah, I know, man. So many character dynamics to get into.
So many
now.
things
So
in this
many.
episode. This episode was incredible.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, on so many levels. Like emotionally, structurally, like I adore it.
I adore it, yeah.
There have been so many fantastic episodes in this show. I don't want to just
Start
say
comparing
something
them, yeah.
like
No, we get you.
superlative,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
but goddamn, like the way that there were so many different developments from a plot standpoint, and also like exploring the
character
characters.
dynamics, yeah.
Yeah, like that was wonderful.
Yeah. So the through line that's really just fun to get into here is the idea of when you get close enough to people that you feel like there's some element of belonging.
Yeah.
And that can lead into the element of feeling like you're connected in a community and you feel like you belong there. But
Right.
then there's also the idea of them being a belonging and
Yeah.
there's like
Right.
ownership.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really glad that in our previous episode's discussion, I was a little bit worried about the topic of this coming around. Hachi surrounding the,
Yep. Right.
do you guys feel like you own her in some
Right,
ways?
she's
and thus-
she's our precious, pure, wholesome.
yeah, and they
character.
literally got into it in the
In
beginning
the
of this
very
episode.
beginning, like,
and
that
I was
was
like, thank you,
fantastic.
because this is something that is really not cool. This is something that I think that people do way too easily and too often without realizing why they're doing it. And the reason why is because of fear. The idea
okay.
that there's relationships that they have that they're taking for granted. And
Sure.
if those people then move on and have decisions of their own that don't involve them, then they're going to lose some friends.
Right.
And if people are willing to admit that to themselves, that that's the reason, primarily, I would say, why they do this kind of stuff. Now, there's also the other side of things, and that they just really desire their
Sure.
time and just to be with them.
Right.
They're jealous for
Yeah.
their time
All
and their energy and
kinds
their
of
love and all that.
reasons for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that's wonderful.
Yep.
But I think a lot of the times it's this, and you can definitely see it with the boys. I mean, especially because they're the most immature of all the
Right,
characters
and
here.
then they explicitly talk about it.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that we almost had the subversion that Shin was the one that
Right.
kind of brought up the like, hey, bro, like women aren't objects.
Yeah, like he's calling out all the things that I would expect someone his age to think, but he's actually doing it from the standpoint to get that out of Nobuo, so he's actually communicating with him.
Right. And there's this subtle inference of him being like, I know what it's like to feel like an object.
Right.
It's
I
not
kind of
cool.
I kind of make myself an object for people.
I mean, there's a
that's
number
what
of
I'm
reasons
doing.
for it. There's a number of reasons for it for sure. We'll probably get into that at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
But but the idea of like he knows what it's like to feel that way. To have people want you not for you but for elements of you specifically.
Yep.
In some ways being used like a pet would be. And it's the kind of thing where if you have a relationship that's unequal, where that person is not capable of really making a lot of decisions in that regard, or they're manipulated in such a way to make those kinds of decisions. Like
Sure.
in a lot of ways, a pet to owner relationship is kind of like that, where the pet
A certain
is
dominance with
evolution
food, you
Well,
know?
right, but has an evolutionary need to please you,
Right.
Because you're
It's
the
not
one that gives
Stockholm
the food.
syndrome, we promise.
You're the one that gives the food, and I am not intelligent enough to be able to figure out a way without you.
Yep. And so there's that dependency, and they just kind of stay there, and and the fact that the theme of the episode was made clear, like crystal clear at the very beginning, I think
Right.
is genius and also very important, because then when you have the adults that get into it,
Yeah.
and they're more
Nuanced.
mature and nuanced, even
Yeah.
though they're still dealing with the same thing, you can deal with it in a way where the audience won't be left behind.
Right. Yes.
And so awesome.
Very well structured in that
Very,
regard.
very well structured, and the fact that there's the like Shin with pimping himself out. There's the literal like mechanical idea of ownership there and all of that stuff, and then Nana with Takumi, where him returning and all of the messy aspects. Let's just put it there because
in some ways we kind of need a little bit more to go into a lot of the dynamics with Takumi specifically. We can get into a lot of the cool stuff with Hachi or Nana K.
Yes.
But there's maybe some hints of some things with him, maybe having a little bit of extreme imposter syndrome, or maybe even some, I don't know, body dysmorphia or something like that with him, like looking
I would
at
not
the
be
image
surprised.
and being like, I don't see that as me. There's some things that we could get into with that, but they more hinted at it here rather than actually like went into all the details. But hey, Nanake, Hachi, you're in a relationship now.
Yep.
I feel the frustrations from Nana O that it's I am on her side.
Right.
I want what's best for her. If she's happy, then fuck yeah, let them be happy.
And I don't. And
if she gets hurt, then you know what? That
sucks. But
that sucks. But you know what? I'm
I don't
on her
care
side.
if the guy that she's into is a womanizer. If she's into him, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got the right approach here. It's really tough.
Yep.
But it's the thing of where, sometimes being kind of the, how would I say this? Being kind of the friend that comes in with like the, I think you can do better, can be unhelpful if they don't already have people that are like, hey, I'm on your side. Just
Right,
so you
exactly.
know that.
Yeah.
And so the fact that her closest friend is so willing to be on her side, but yet is willing to also be, after a bit of, time out there at the diner table, talking about but I still feel jealous.
Right.
I feel that, that frustration.
It's
so good.
So, her calling Yasu and having that whole conversation, that's just from that, not even getting into any of the details of it, that's awesome. I love to see it. Way to go.
Yeah.
2, the fact that we are able to, as a result of this conversation, get into the way in which Nana-O cares for Hachi so much and the way they've gotten so close, which is great in general, but it's also especially important if they're going to be moving out because it sets the stakes for that. The fact that Nana actually communicating about her feelings regarding things like this when we have established that she has such problems with vulnerability, that shows growth on her part, on her own, completely separate from Nana-K, right? Like, and then, then Yasu gets to be his awesome self where he, gives advice and things. I mean, that's I'm never going to turn that down, So that scene was incredible, and I love like every aspect of it, and I like that was where we got the slower moments to see her struggle because she's still not sure how to talk about it, if she wants to talk about it, like there was definitely that part of her that's just like, oh yeah, I have an out here that's just, I lost my wallet, and yeah.
And rather than walk home, I kind of want to eat, so could you come here and be a wallet? There's this little bit of Nana-O kind of ending up being in these positions where rather than being vulnerable, she kind of like kind of keeps up like a healthy amount of deflection. I'm so glad that she actually went and was honest and talked about all this.
Yep.
I think that's because it's Yasu.
Yes.
But it is the kind of thing where I wonder if she's so nervous about things going askew with Ren, and the fact that Ren is in Trap Nest, that she didn't call him.
Yeah, she can't talk to Ren about how Trap Nest takes everything from her because he's one of the, the people that it's taken from her.
Right, but that's my point, is that she's not being vulnerable about that with the person that
that she needs to be the most vulnerable with. Yeah.
So that's
a good point.
It's a thing where I'm like, Nana, I am so glad that you had this conversation, because it sucks to be in the like, no, I'm the roommate and they're over there having sex, and I don't want to be in the way or have them worried about anything I'm doing, and I don't want to just put in headphones and just, try to go to sleep.
Right.
And I also have these feelings that are a bit selfish, and I understand that, but still it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of her being willing to talk about that, but it feels like the kind of thing that would be very important to talk to Ren about soon.
Yes.
Given that you guys are rebuilding your relationship in this
And
way.
I think Yasu is a good first step for her to get more comfortable with the idea of vulnerability, to then hopefully, I don't think this is going to happen from a practical standpoint, but as a theoretical thing. And then from there, Nana can talk about it with Ren from a more like stable place, not because she's already talked about the thing that was causing her consternation, but because she's gotten more comfortable with vulnerability,
Okay.
Because, that's, I think the concern that she has that is a very like, legitimate concern is because this is something that deeply bothers me, I don't want it to be something where I then bring it up with Ren as like a, taking my frustrations out on him or anything like that, because it's the, they'll all leave me just like you did, or, anything like that. But yeah, it's both a point of progress and also, like you're saying, with the fact that she needs to talk to Ren about this, setting up potential for more progress and letting us know what that would specifically be.
Yeah. I'm so glad about this development being one where so far Nanake or Hachi she's okay. And I am hopeful then that what they can have is something that, while he is absolutely not changed in my mind as a person, really much, at all. I just hope that Nana leaving eventually doesn't end up being a thing where Nana K or Hachi ends up blaming herself for feeling like she pushed her away.
Yeah. Or that she feels like she doesn't have people to lean on now because there isn't as much of that convenience of physical proximity.
Well, if you think about it also, it's the thing of where if she's not there, like Nana, then the band doesn't hang out there. Who are her friends? Like, like in a lot of ways, Junko and Kyosuke kind of they're an example. There's a full strike on them, like as of what happened with Shoji and everything. Like,
and with that, that makes a lot more sense from Nana's perspective, because they're kind of she associates they're too close to Shoji, so it's, if she's not seeing them, she's not getting reminded of Shoji, But that could totally end up happening with the rest of the bandmates.
Especially in a little way, where now we also have another member of the band who might just kind of avoid her from here on out because he was unable to be direct with his stuff until he was running away.
Oh man, that that whole thing. I like that we get that as another come full circle for the first conversation. Oh yeah,
having someone just kind of come in and do the awkward, like almost like high school thing where
yes,
it's like,
absolutely,
like bro, like come on, like you're not in high school, like
and he I love that he doesn't do that, when the last thing that Takumi said to him was the, specifically like verbally attacking him and being like, you'll never be, you'll never be me, you'll never be able to beat me, all that
And then
stuff.
he says, I'm going to beat him at the end.
No, right, but that's...
So he did fall exactly into it, though.
Yeah, exactly, because it's the... And then when it came to the point where it's the, hey, speak confidently, right, my guy, like, this is you don't have anything to worry about here. Well, this truly is a situation.
Feelings, yeah.
Wait.
Hachi or Nanake's feelings, like...
No, yeah. No, right. But, like, it really is a situation of, like, actually, the worst that she can say is no. I'm
not talking about what she can say. I'm talking about what he could say. He could say something that would be really insensitive here and not his place to say with regards to this whole situation. He has actual responsibility to make sure that he's doing this part right. Like, and I'm saying that he was being like a little high schooler running in, being like, I can't.
Yeah, totally.
And then runs away saying, I'm gonna beat Takumi.
Yeah.
From her perspective, she doesn't even know that he knows about Takumi.
Well, she knows now.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So let me cook here.
Okay.
He didn't explicitly say anything other than basically, I know about you and Takumi. One, I'm gonna beat him. Okay. 2 or 3, I guess. I disapprove effectively. Like, I'm not okay with that. I just see it as very like 16-year-old.
No, I'm not arguing that in the slightest.
Okay.
I don't think that there was much that Nobuo would have really had to do to be considerate of Hachi's feelings in this situation, because I think even if he had done the courageous thing, I don't think he's the kind of person where he would have been anywhere close to doing the like, oh, I'm going to, talk down to you in my confession or something like that. I think it would have just been the like, be with me instead, or something like that.
I think we need to remember the scene that happened at the very beginning of the episode was him talking about, in a lot of ways, how he feels like he kind of owns her. And he could have absolutely ended up saying some things along the lines of like, you shouldn't be with this guy because of who you are. You're not like those slutty women who, are with Shin and stuff.
I mean, okay, that's fair. I think
the kind of thing that he could have ended up implying by basically saying like,
I guess I
still have this immature view of women where you're not allowed to have sex unless it's with me.
Well, and I think because of the way the conversation went with Shin, which was so awesome.
Yes.
That was so not a concern for me that I was just.
I get that you yes, it would make no sense to gutturally just tear apart his character for the sake of making that thing here, but that's a meta thing. That is not a impossible for him to have said kind of thing.
No, that's fair.
If you're in that kind of almost, I keep saying high schooler, but what I'm basically meaning is that in that immature confession where you don't see your own self-worth, so you don't speak with confidence or just directness. You also are terrified of rejection, so you end up putting extra weight in kind of implicitly, but subconsciously on what they say, and they can feel that. They can feel that potentially.
Right, and just in general, not and this kind of goes into the terrified of rejection and things like that. But it's the being swept up in feelings can be awesome, but when it comes to sharing those feelings with somebody else, it's not helpful. To,
it can be, but I would say most times it's not.
Yeah, and so to have that be in a place where it's the hey, like hey. Well, yeah, I love how Yasu was talking to Ren, and he's like, you should just be like, come with me. You're coming with me, right?
And he's like, whoa, damn, that's smooth.
Yeah.
The thing is that like that's the kind of thing that really was Nobuo's like only way that he could do this really effectively. Is not saying be my girlfriend or something, but basically being like direct and simple with it of like, hey, I like you. just no nonsense, no nothing else, just being like, I like you
And I think I really like you. Like yeah.
So, you know, I know it might not be a good time to talk about it, but I just had to share this with you.
Right. I know you've got a thing going with Takumi.
Yeah.
But
I
Yeah.
feel like I've fallen for you. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
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 And that the way that scene went, it made me very excited for that to progress when originally, certainly before this episode, that is not something that I would have considered. Like,
Or you would have desired to
I would have
see
desired,
Nobuo
right?
romantic character progression.
Yeah, well, and specifically towards Nana, because I would have all of
sure.
the general assumptions of the way that it would be, and then with the conversation with Shin to help educate him a bit, and then with how this one, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. That's an actual thing that I can end up being interested in seeing progress for, and the fact that the at the very least, even if he did it in the immature way, the communication was had that basically that, oh yeah, he likes you. That's something that will then cause there to be more of a guarantee of progress when he, did the stupid immature thing of, I'm going to swerve into anime rivalry nonsense, which I love that happens for Nobuo, because of course it does, right? He's that young person and everything.
Man thinks he's Hinata from Haikyuu going
Right.
to Shiratorizawa.
Yeah, exactly,
Just
yeah.
like, I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, right.
Season 2 premiere, and he's like, "That's cool, bro." Like,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like, and then when you have that kind of conversation about those sorts of things, like with the whole Yasu Nana conversation, and with it continuing into the car and everything.
Yeah.
It's the, hey, like that's not how that shit works.
It's not.
Right? And like. And I love that Yasu, who hasn't been one of the ones talking about how, oh, Trapnest has taken everything from me, and oh, the like comparison game and all that stuff. He then basically just casually says, Nana, in
you're
a
not
way,
the only one.
if I took that perspective, I could live in that kind of way too. In a pure numbers standpoint, even though that's not all what it is,
the exact same number.
I have more
Yeah.
than you.
Because you can't count yourself.
Right. Yeah. And so, right? And yet, like, so maybe that's not the best way to think about these things.
I mean,
no,
in some ways, he was relating to her.
No,
more
yeah,
so
no,
than
absolutely.
trying to-
But and yet when she went into the, oh, that's right, why am I associating with fraternizing with the enemy? He's like, no, go see him. Like it's the.
You two are perfect for
it.
each other.
Yeah.
You guys are a great match. I fucking love Yasu.
Don't think about it. You'll frack it up.
I need to rewatch that show.
Yeah.
Unironically, I need to rewatch that show. But yes, having the time where Yasu then basically says, hey, Ren said something similar along the lines of, people belonging to each other and, no matter how much, people cling to each other, they can never be one. And I like that he kind of paraphrased, and then we saw the actual conversation, which was
a lot more of a bro conversation.
Beautifully silly in a bro way, because it's the like, I think that Yasu is going to bat so hard for Ren that he's like, you know what? I don't know how she's going to take something silly like that, so I'm going to translate for him what he was meaning to say with the, I wish I could put her in my pocket sometimes and just go to Tokyo. And he doesn't say that he tried to convince him to end up saying, just say, come with me. Just, you're going with me.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do that. And that could make Nana spin for the like. Wait,
sure.
So
did he not want me to come with him,
Did
or
he not want me to?
as opposed to the? No, I think that would be a violation of you as a person if I leveraged my relationship to make you do something that would make you give up on your dreams.
I have had so many debates with people about this, and I've just come to accept that I don't know anything about relationships in general from like the large gamut that relationships can cover.
Yeah.
And that is that there is something so powerful and beautiful in telling someone that you need them with you.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I am of the opinion that in a lot of ways that is dangerous.
Yes. The episode is even, getting
Yes,
at
going
that.
in that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the amount of time that people spend in their own minds second guessing the things
Yes.
that already exist fundamentally in the relationship, because your mind and your feelings and your everything is working against you. It is trying to keep you alive. It is not trying to help you see things as they are. And so people self-sabotage so much into thinking, I don't want to try and for me, it's I don't want to try and control them by doing that kind of thing.
Right.
When that person feels not that you're trying to control them when you do that, but they feel ecstatic in knowing I am desired extravagantly by this person. This person wants, needs, desires me.
So-
and the fact that they say it in such a come with me kind of way
Yeah.
is because they don't have the capacity to come up with the most persuasive in a very free and open-handed kind of way to do that. They're overwhelmed with the love and desire for you that they just say it in such a simple, confident, direct way. In the same way that we're trying to convince Nobuo to not try and find the perfect words.
Yeah,
just tell her the truth, and in this case here, we as people can end up second guessing ourselves and being like,
So-
no, now in this case, I need to add all this stuff to it. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you want her to come with you, right? Yeah, but I don't want to try and override her wants. Fuck your
Yeah.
stupid shit. Just
God damn it.
tell her
So-
the truth.
So, Caleb, as a result of you going on this tirade, that may have convinced me to take action on something that I was hesitating on for a long time. So, yeah, okay, that'll be interesting. All right, but
Let's go.
so
Let's go.
Here's something that I do want to talk about from this episode that is very unimportant in the grand scheme of things compared to all of the crazy stuff that happened. Like at the end, oh hey, they're maybe gonna get picked up by an agency and stuff like that.
Sure.
I actually think I know what the situation is gonna be with Takumi, and it's gonna be a little more
Wait,
complicated.
we're going to Takumi now?
Yes, exactly. And it's gonna be a little bit more complicated than would have originally been set up, and that's why it's gonna hurt more for Nana. So, I think that Takumi and the stuff that he was getting into, he was forced into a state of vulnerability by the fact that his ego was hurt, and he does not want to see himself as being pathetic, weak, etc., scummy. And that's where the aspect of him being with Nana and everything was problematic, because he wasn't communicating, because he wasn't being honest with himself, that he actually just wants casual sex. It's that he has actually tried to have relationships before, but they never end up working. And so the behavior effect that ends up happening is womanizing behavior, but that doesn't necessarily mean that is his resulting goal. It does not excuse him, however, because he still ends up
he
doing
still
the
is
things.
womanizing.
He's still womanizing, and he knows that behavior is it's causing, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that is his actual desire. And Nana is going to end up cluing into that as a result of his different actions, and
Hey,
it's going
baby, you helped me get out of this funk. Thank you. Goodbye.
I don't think it's even going to help him get out of the funk, but he wants to get out of the funk, and that's going to be the equivalent of the her being led on with just that little bit, of progress, etc., and
Right.
enough that's going to make her stick around when she's getting all of the things of wait, but et cetera,
Right,
et
and then
cetera.
that's what I'm saying is that at the end of that, then it'll be like, cool, thank you for helping make that progress. Goodbye.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it could be something like that, but what I think would be the full win is that what's going to happen is that Nana is going to realize over the course of time and through a lot of pain that she is worth more than that, and she will dump him. And that it's going to be the thing of, hey, that's great that you're having this whole thing of progress and trying to work on this thing. I am not beholden to put up with your bullshit while you're figuring things out. And she ejects. And that's going to be the super awesome win that will show how she's grown and matured and things like that. Because the fact that he did stick around till noon and things like that, that I would say is him genuinely attempting to put in the effort and be different because he is
Not
starting.
just because they slept in.
No, like, because they were talking about how, like, he stuck around for a while. Now, okay, maybe because he did show up there super early in the morning. Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
they're
they
okay.
were up
Okay,
until...
all right, there is that possibility. But
Yeah.
that's what I think is going to happen, and that's what's going to make there be full drama, and why Takumi as a character will be able to hold up his chunk of the arc that's
Oh
happening.
yeah. He's going to have depth and complexity. I just think you're jumping very quickly
That's
into
my-
a specific thing
That's
before
my
we have
prediction.
evidence for that. But I like the way you're the way you're cooking. I just prefer my eggs, scrambled and not fried. That's all. But really, really exciting stuff. Really fun episode. Really well structured episode. Really glad that we had this diverse focus on the cast and showed the way in which all of them participate somewhat in this messed up side of things of doing little things for and because they have some sense of ownership or belonging with the other people. We saw this in the way that Shin is actually having Reira do the purchase deal.
Like the fact
we
that-
saw also in the very silly money transition thing that Ren was like, "Hey, I'll pay for this," and she's like, "No, this is for me anyway." And then he's like,
Oh,
"Okay, cool.
in that
Then
case, can you get
this?" And
That was adorable.
That was adorable, but that's probably the most healthy example of this. So because these belong to you, that's cool. So, maybe this belongs to you too. Have a little thing here. And she just kind of had this okay, buddy. Yeah.
One of the things that I absolutely love about this is that if you think about the situation that they're in, Ren makes way more money than Nana does. And so it's not about the
Way more. Yeah.
I want you to pay for this thing because I don't want to pay for this thing. It's I want you to pay for this thing because that's you specifically doing this thing that's so completely pointless in the practical sense.
Right.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. But
But yeah, the fact that, in all the craziness that happened this episode, the whole, Reira is actually going to be, paying Shin for stuff, and that's just a thing that's casually thrown in there. We didn't even have time to talk about it till the very end of the episode. It's just and that's happening.
That's happening.
That's happening.
it's confirmed.
Yep.
The episode chose to do something to follow up something that happened directly in the previous episode, which I will tell you the reason for that is because we're actually now getting a third time to follow up on that because they left it open, and 3 is a pattern, which means we're going into a full Shin-related arc at some point
Yeah.
with regards to his character and what he's been doing.
So
And I'm
many
excited for
different
that.
relationships that are now at play here. We've got the just confessed. We've got the
And who's attracted to whom.
and who's
into
yeah
whom, and-
right.
And
You know,
who's jealous of whom.
Right.
For not relationship reasons, just
like we've got
casual jealousy.
We've
kind of
got
stuff.
happy romantic relationship. We've got happy potential sexual tension but friendship. Superficial but unequal desires, relationship, confession, and now
Oh yeah.
prostitution.
There's a whole bunch to
Yeah.
go with here. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all
Next time.